NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox, presented by Pennzoil, is delivered by UPS, the only delivery company trusted trackside by NASCAR.
This race summary brought to you by UPS. After 211 laps, Jeff Gordon, who has led 188 laps, 6 cautions for 25 circuits, just 11 cars left on the lead lap and green flag pit stops. Here comes Greg Biffle. This summary has been brought to you by UPS, the only delivery company trusted trackside by NASCAR. Dick.
And Biffle continues his march to the front, Mike. He pulled off the racetrack in the 7th position. That from being all the way back in 25th. The car is a little bit tight. He just stalled the engine there, but no harm, no foul, no problem. The pit crew has consistently done a nice job today. Biffle stalled it again. That is going to cost him some time.
And you know, Darrell, what I think a lot of these guys that are running so far back, in fact, we're seeing Jimmy Johnson on the 48 car on pit road. He's trying to pick up some ground, Krista, with fresh tires on that 24.
Jimmy Johnson said his car is good on the exit. He needs work on the entry and the center. You see the adjustment being made. The crew coming around to the left-hand side for a 4-tire change for Johnson.
I can almost guarantee you that 24 car will be here very shortly because his teammate was there, and here he comes.
Casey Kane in the pit lane. Clint Boyer pits out of 9th place. Kane was 8th, and here comes the race leader, Jeff Gordon. Rudiman is in, Earnhardt coming, and Carl Edwards, all making pit stops after 100 consecutive laps of green flag racing. Matt.
And Kane is in. They're going to shuffle the air pressure around the 9. He said he felt like he was losing the nose, but also losing the back of the race car. To Steve.
Matt, the 24 car has freed up a lot on exit. He said, I need more rear grip on exit. I can't get on the gas. Steve Letarte said, give me all that gas, boys.
Get it to the white line. There you go, right there, 4,000.
Brad Keselowski, a penalty on pit road. Black flag out for him as Joey Logano gets serviced. Ryan Newman is in. Mark Martin going out. Kevin Harvick comes in. And Paul Menard. Steve with Harvick.
And Mike, Kevin Harvick likes his race car a lot. So much, in fact, they will make no adjustment to that 29, just 4 tires and fuel. Kevin said he's getting into 1 and 2. Great. So just 4 tires and fuel for Kevin Harvick. No adjustments.
That penalty on Keselowski was for the crew coming over the wall too soon. And he'll have to make a pass through. Tony Stewart assumes the lead. He becomes the 8th different leader today. Kyle Busch is in. He's going to come out of 2nd place to make this stop, Dick.
And they waited a long time to bring Kyle Busch in. They are thinking about the end of the race. They wanted to give him as much fuel as they possibly could in the event of a green-white checker, or 2 of those, or 3 of those. This is a very experienced, very skilled pit crew. 4 of the 7 over-the-wall guys have won individual competitions in their jobs.
Stewart the leader. Marcus Ambrose now 2nd.
That's very interesting what Dick just pointed out, because when I look at some of the guys that pitted the earliest in this cycle, Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, that's kind of banking on this thing going to lap 267 and not 3 attempts at a green-white checkered like the rule is.
Ambrose pits out of 2nd place, and we're told that Kyle Busch was too fast entering. He will have to do a pass-through penalty.
Man, we've had a lot of penalties today. Such a short entry into the pits there, Steve.
And DW, Marcus Ambrose saying that his car has gotten really loose in. He feels like the right rear is not planted well. Said he's stripping right now. 4 tires for Marcus Ambrose.
You know,
Denny Hamlin moved up to 7th on this pit stop exchange, and he now makes his pit stop.
One thing I've noticed today, a little bit different procedure, I think. They're throwing the black flag on these guys that are getting penalties. Normally they tell them on the radio and they just come on in. Today, the first time by, I noticed the flagman today has got the black flag out. He's used it more than I've seen him use it in a long time.
So here is Tony Stewart pitting out of the lead. After leading 6 laps, we continue under green with 49 laps to go. Steve.
And Mike, Tony wanted to stop 2 laps sooner, but he could not get down off turn 4 like he wanted to. Now his car loose getting in and tight through the center. 4 tires for Tony Stewart, the stop coming on lap 219.
Daryl, I think I know why they're using the black flag. They also post the number of the car on the flag stand. We have so many cars that's being penalized, they decide to use the black flag too.
I just haven't seen that for a long time. That's usually the last flag they use, not the first one. They've been doing that to everybody gets penalized.
Well, also, Daryl, the way this track's laid out, if the sun is out, it's usually right over turn one, so drivers might not be able to see that black flag number board quite so easily, or might claim not to see it so easily, so the black flag helps out.
There's the pass-through penalty right there for Kyle Busch in the 18. Doesn't have to stop in your pits, just come down like a drive-through.
We cycle through pit stops, and Jeff Gordon goes back to the lead with 47 laps to go.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox, presented by Pennzoil, is sponsored by Nationwide Insurance. Call or visit us online for a quote today. By AT&T, a better 3G experience. And by DirecTV, it'll change your life.
Jeff Gordon, your leader, with 42 laps to go. He is just 4/10 ahead of Jimmy Johnson. Johnson's been lurking right there most all day. The third place car, Matt Kenseth, will need another stop, and so will the fifth place car, Tony Stewart. Kevin Harvick, we'll double check on some of those strategies, but a lot of drivers have been nabbed for pit road speeding penalties today. Jeff Hammond.
Mike, everybody keeps talking about how do these guys keep getting busted for speeding? Don't they have speedometers in the car? No, they don't. They use a tachometer. This time, they've got a new style tachometer. You can see here, coming down at 4,500 RPM or 45 miles an hour, you can see it's about 4,900 in second gear. This is showing green. That means you're safe. If you go any further, all of a sudden it goes red. That's what you've got to be looking for. You back it back down and you keep it in the green, you've got no problem with NASCAR. But as soon as it goes red, you're busted. A lot of these guys are missing it that easy. NASCAR gives you 5 miles an hour as a buffer. You go 1/1000th of a second over, you're in trouble.
Thanks, Jeff. Good point. And Kyle Busch apologized to his crew, saying in his rush to get onto pit road, he locked up the brake, didn't scrub off enough speed, and that's why he was too fast entering.
Well, we pointed out earlier, it's a very difficult pit road to get onto, and so when you do get onto it, you have a very short distance to get to pit road speed.
Caution, car in the wall, turn number 2. And there it is. That is Kevin Conway, who brought out the first caution of the day back at lap number 3.
That's a huge break for everybody except Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, because he was about to put Joey Logano, Mark Martin, Clint Boyer a lap down.
We'd have had about 5 or 6 cars on the lead lap the way it was going.
But if you remember, Mike, FedEx understanding the race, we always have that last caution with about 30 or 40 laps to go, and here we are, 39 laps to go.
David Rudiman will get the free pass. He is the 12th place car and the first car 1 lap down. Remember 2006, Matt Kenseth led 146 laps here. He was passed on the last lap. It was the only lap the winner led all day. And who was lurking to get Kenseth on the final lap? Jimmy Johnson.
Well, here's another one for you. The last time that Jeff Gordon led the most laps in a race, Jimmy Johnson won 3 out of the 4 of those races.
What I do know, everyone should come to pit road, because we're going to get a restart here with between 30 and 35 laps to go. I think everybody will get 4 tires because we don't have that many cars on the lead lap, and pit road will not be very busy. Oh, the first time when they open it for the lap down cars, it's going to be very congested.
Yeah. And 4 tires are so good. I think if you leave with 2 or no tires, that's going to be a very temporary gain.
Well, it is. You know, we don't have that many laps on these tires, but where it'll bite you is later on in this run.
That's temporary insanity right there.
What hotel is that playing at?
Welcome to Hotel Insanity. It's down there in the infield.
I think our crew is staying there.
Pit.
Oh, a little bit of a feint, but never mind. Here come the leaders. Krista.
And the call is for 4 tires for the 48. Jimmy saying his run started off good, got a little bit tight. They're going to raise that bar a round and a half. Jack now said, here we go, boys. Steve?
Well, Krista, we think this is just 2 tires for Jeff Gordon. Slides to a stop just in a nick of time. Little chassis adjustment. and just 2 tires for Jeff Gordon. Matt.
And Casey Kane has started to lose the nose again. They're going to put a piece of tape on the left front, a Packer in the right front, and also the planned right side tires only at this juncture for the 9 of Kane.
Tell you another guy, new player, 29 car.
2 tires on Kevin Harvick.
Boy, this is going to get
I
interesting.
don't like this strategy.
We'll find out how good that 24 car is now.
Tighten your belts this time, Larry.